Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng held phone talks with First Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba Central Committee and President of Cuba, Miguel Díaz-Canel, on December 21st, during which the two sides discussed measures to further promote the bilateral ties in the future. The two leaders shared delight at the positive progress in the relations between the two parties and countries. They agreed to work to strengthen mutual understanding and mutual support while maintaining the exchange of delegations at all levels, effectively implementing agreements in areas of each other's strengths and demands such as agriculture and healthcare. Miguel Díaz-Canel said he hopes Vietnamese businesses will increase investment in Cuba, especially in areas of food and commodity production, retail and wholesale. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng invited Raúl Castro and Miguel Díaz-Canel to visit Vietnam. Miguel Díaz-Canel accepted the invitation with pleasure. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc is paying a state visit to Indonesia at the invitation of his Indonesian counterpart Joko Widodo. Join us to see how his trip is processing.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc was welcomed by his counterpart Joko Widodo at a ceremony held at the Presidential Palace in Bogor City, West Java Province on December 22. The host country held a gun salute for the Vietnamese leader, showing the importance it attaches to his trip from December 21 to 23. Following that, the two leaders led high-ranking delegations to convene talks to review cooperation results over the past years, and identify orientations for further strengthening the Vietnam-Indonesia strategic partnership. The Vietnam-Indonesia strategic partnership has overcome challenges, and become more reliable, with stronger economic ties, they said, adding that they agreed to facilitate all-level visits and effectively implement cooperation mechanisms. The leaders said the Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation has effectively realized cooperation agreements and built an action plan to carry out the strategic partnership for the 2024 to 2028 period.
Nikkei Asia has reported that tech giant Apple plans to move part of MacBook production to Vietnam for the first time next year, as the group continues diversifying its production base.
The newspaper cited some sources as saying that Apple has tapped its top supplier, Taiwan's Foxconn, to start making MacBooks in the Southeast Asian nation as early as around May. After the MacBook production shifts, all of Apple's flagship products basically will have one more production location beyond China: iPhones in India and MacBooks, the Apple Watch and iPads in Vietnam. Nikkei Asia quoted one person with direct knowledge of the matter as saying, "The company has been working on plans to move some MacBook manufacturing to Vietnam for nearly 2 years, and has set up a test production line in the country." Apple's diversification to Vietnam started with AirPods, which went into mass production there in 2020. The company also shifted some iPads and Apple Watch production to the Southeast Asian country this year.
A test run was conducted on the elevated section of Ho Chi Minh City's Metro Line No. 1 on December 21st, according to the city's Management Authority for Urban Railways.
The pilot run was carried out on a section stretching nearly 9 kilometers, starting from Suoi Tien bus station and arriving at Binh Tai station. The train stopped to pick up and drop off passengers at the high-tech zone station.
This is my first trip on the train. It runs smoothly, and the view is great. I hope it will be officially brought into operation, so that local people can use it.
The Management Authority for Urban Railways will work with consultants and contractors to accelerate project implementation, complete construction, and move to commercial operation.
The test run proves that the system works smoothly. We will test the whole route next year and move to commercial operation.
This first metro line has 17 Japanese-made trains, each with a capacity of 930 passengers, and a top of 110 km per hour above ground, and 80 km per hour underground. Work began on the metro line in August 2012. 93.56% of work has now been completed. The cost of Metro Line No. 1 is expected to reach $1.89 billion, funded with Japanese assistance and Vietnamese reciprocal funding.
In the first month of being exported through official channels, durian exports to China in October rose 40-fold over October last year.
Export volumes have skyrocketed since the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the General Administration of Customs of China signed a protocol on phytosanitary requirements for Vietnamese durian exported to China. In October alone, durian export turnover to China reached nearly $50 million, an increase of 40-fold against October 2021. So far this year, durian exports to Vietnam's northern neighbor stand at more than 20,000 tons and are forecast to hit 30,000 tons by the end of December. The signing of the protocol came after 4 years of negotiations, permitting official exports of Vietnamese durian to China and creating a significant opportunity for Vietnamese farmers to raise the value of the fruit.
A Korean hall was opened at the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology in Hanoi on December 17th on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea.
The hall consists of 3 main parts, reflecting traditional and contemporary life and culture in the Republic of Korea. In particular, the hall features the dynamism of modern Republic of Korea, with the successful popularization of its culture, such as K-pop, dramas, fashion, the beauty industry, cuisine, and others. The opening of the Korean Hall in the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology provides visitors a chance to learn about the history and culture of the Republic of Korea. It also opened up opportunities for further cultural and economic exchanges between the two countries.
Thursday, white peach blossoms are associated with the lives of many generations of Hmong people in Mù Cang Chải district in Yên Bái province. To honor the flower, the first Thursday Flower Festival will be held in late December, showcasing a range of cultural and artistic activities with a bold cultural identity of local ethnic groups. Thursday is a white flower belonging to the peach blossom family. The Hmong ethnic people in Mù Cang Chải district often call it Bằng Tờ Dày, for its peach blossom in Vietnamese. It has a strong vitality and only blooms in the cold of winter. Born and bred amid Tờ Dày flowers in Mù Cang Chải district, Giang Aze longed for many years for a Tờ Dày flower festival to be held. When he learned that the first such festival was set for December, they designed tours and enhanced promotion on social media so that tourists would know more about the wild beauty of the flower.
We had been unable to hold a festival due to COVID-19. This will be such a great event, marking the new development of tourism in Mù Cang Chải.
Tờ Dày flowers have become a special symbol of the harsh lands of Mù Cang Chải district when winter comes. Clusters of the red-pink flowers on hillsides create a beautiful scene. When the flowers bloom from mid-December to the end of January and blanket the local area in red-pink, it's the most beautiful time to visit Mù Cang Chải. The flowers are also a symbol of spring and new crops and have become a popular tourist attraction over recent years. The blooming season for Tờ Dày flowers not only adds an alluring feature to the local scenery, but also contributes to attracting more visitors. A range of activities will be held during the festival, including musical performances, photo exhibitions, and folk games. We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look. In November, international searches for accommodation in Vietnam increased 12 times compared to March, and the hunt for flights to Vietnam increased 4 times. Vietnamese destinations most sought after by international visitors were Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Da Nang, Phu Quoc, Nha Trang, Hoi An, Da Lat, and Phan Thiet. In the first 11 months of this year, Vietnam attracted nearly 3 million international tourists, 20 times higher than the figure 20% of the year 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic broke out. A visit to the Mekong Delta province of Sóc Trăng, where the King people and the Khmer and Chinese ethnic minority groups live together, offers a glimpse into the locality's diverse cultural and religious life. Sóc Trăng province is renowned for its ancient pagodas in unique architectural styles that reflect the culture and beliefs of each ethnic minority group. It is now home to 92 Theravada pagodas, 75 Mahayana pagodas, and 3 Chinese pagodas with more than 2,000 monks, nuns, and Buddhist followers. Khmer pagodas are also readily found in Sóc Trăng city, such as Cơ Liang, Ma Tup, and Som Rong. Famous for giant reclining Buddha statues, Som Rong has special Khmer lintels and is closely associated with the cultural, daily, and spiritual lives of local community. The province's cultural diversity is also illustrated through its major festivals like Sandalta, Chuan Thanam Thame, and Ốc Om Bok. The Chuan Thanam Thame New Year is considered the biggest festival on the Khmer calendar and takes place around mid-April on the solar calendar. The festival expresses a wish for a new year of favorable weather conditions and bumper crops. Meanwhile, the Ngor races are the most enticing part of Ốc Om Bok, the festival of worshipping the moon, which is an important event for the Khmer people. The recent recognition of the Ngor races as a national intangible heritage is expected to help the community maintain and promote their unique cultural traditions. The Khmer believe the moon is a god who controls the weather and crops throughout the year. During Ốc Om Bok, Khmer people provide offerings of farm produce to thank the god's blessing of favorable weather and a bountiful harvest. Besides gorgeous landscapes of ancient pagodas, visitors to Sóc Trăng province also have the opportunity to engage in a range of cultural activities to get a deeper insight into the locality's diverse cultural and religious life.